Greetings, viewers and subscribers.
Yeah, watch Popeye's mama. Where I watch?
So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button as also.
We give you the facts, it's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I think? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
The first verse of the national anthem. It goes like this. Sing with me. Yeah, man, stand up. Anywhere you are right now, get up and stand up. Stand at attention. You can stand at ease. Eternal Father, bless our land. Guard us with thy mighty hand. Keep us free from evil powers. Be our light through countless hours. To our leaders, great defender, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love. So, here's some how you know when I was singing the chorus. Boom.
It's a genius without a purpose.
Even walk without you holding my hands. Oh Lord, my God, when I in awesome wonder considers all the words thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy pour throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, no. And when I think that God is so... Why may I tell you, know? Everybody all right? Ain't Tina? And then they tell me, say, me can't sing. The more they say me can't sing, and the more me I sing. Echo, Dexter, bless up, Barry D, Tina, Jacqueline, Tavare, Andrea, France. You missed last night, France? All right. Shanda Wagwan, Lola, Paulette, Danette, Tony Green, Judy Andrews, Marine Huggins, Maxine, Junior Davis, Kenny Oates, Muriel. Let me come back now. Papa, you need Tina backup. Tony, what you say? Me need Tina and Echo for backup. All right, sir. Caroline, morning. Paulette, big up yourself. Simroy, blessed uprising. Big up. Prudence, big up yourself. Today is Sunday. A lot of persons going to church today. A lot of persons went yesterday. If you're heading out to church today, remember me in your prayers. And make I left that alone. Devon Robinson, Shorty, what go on, my boss? Big up yourself, sir. Big up yourself. Big up. Andrea Thompson, big up yourself. Morning. So, the proverb for today is sick no care. Sick no care. Doctor was. Sick no care. Doctor was. It means, say, if you don't care about fear problem, no expect nobody else. Yeah, some people, you know, them have them problems and them issues, you know. They don't care about it, but them want you to care about for them problem. You tell them, so they must do this and that. If you try deal with them problem, them not do it. But they expect you to do all manner of things. And when you don't do it, them say you're this and you're that. Sick no care. Doctor Wasara no care. Sick no care. Where you say? You know that one, Tina. All right. Sick no care. Doctor was no care. And this Saturday, remember me tell you, you know. Remember me tell you, say, this Saturday will be different strokes. You know, say, over here, so we know normally we get parties where people want to advertise every single day, you know. But we choose wisely. It's not about charging our money for advertisement. If we were charging money for advertisement and take on every advertisement will come, we would have rich, you know. It's not about charging our money for advertise. It's about telling you about a quality event. Danette, big up yourself. So this Saturday will be different strokes. And when you talk about quality event, when you talk about going to an event where you feel secure, where you feel safe, where you can dance, if you tap on somebody's foot, You know, one day if you want to go and him go shoot you and him go tell you if you go suck you whatever and all these things. Different strokes, the big people show. This Saturday. All right? But I richer than Elon Musk, Tony Green. Every single day. Right now, me about 5 different people that text me. I me advertise them business. And me ask them for some things. Me ask them to send me in some things before we reach that stage there. And them I say to me, say, why me have to ask so much question? At least two of them I say, why me have to ask them so much question? When them want to advertise which part and which part. Then people are not asking them questions. Some say, well, go to them, you don't have to come to me, and not me come to you. If you come to me, I want to advertise something for you. Apart from me telling you, say, no come to me and ask me, say, how much fit this and that at the first instance. Tell me what you want me advertise, and then me go and check out about your business. Eh? If you don't like, come do business over here, so carry your business somewhere else. You understand? If you want to advertise your business, me I go ask you some question and tell me, see your business just a start. So, you know, no story yet. You know, this, you know, that yet. No, man. Make somebody else advertise it, not Popeye. Mr. Leroy Ricketts, sir, big up yourself. When you say you can't, Tina, you can't go a different strokes, boy, I tell you. And for persons who are asking if we are going to be having the Saturday night show this Saturday, we shall see. We shall see. But it's a Jersey event this Saturday, you know? Yeah, man. No, I tell you, you know. There are people who every day them come to me. They want me to advertise this and that. But me pick and choose. Oh, and this has been so from the inception of the channel. So if it was about money, them time we love money, you know. Don't get me wrong, you know. We love money, you know. But the money what we earn must not come at certain expense. So if me, I go tell you, say, support the car dealer there over there, so. I'm an advertise him carry them for sale. And me, I go advertise Popeye's car sale. And when you go over the Popeye, scam you. And me did charge Popeye $100 for advertise him car sale. Me getting that $100 means say me I go lose my integrity because me advertise Popeye car sale. And my integrity, or the integrity of Popeye News links, is more valuable than that $100. That's how me do business, you know. At my age and stage in life, that's how me do business. So it's not about earning a quick buck for me. Otherwise, every single day when you see me put out one video, you don't see me advertise one business place. Because every day, them come to me. You understand? Every day, them come to me. But that's how me do business. Who don't like it, carry your business somewhere else. All right? Our neighbor Cuba, we're in the dark again. Our neighbor Cuba, they were in the dark again. Watch this Al Jazeera report.
I'm in Old Havana. You can see people are strolling around. It's a Saturday night here. They're spending the evening here with their friends as though nothing has happened, but we're actually in the middle of yet another nationwide blackout. It's completely dark out here, except for a couple of lights from hotels that have generators. This is the second time in less than a week that the power has gone out all over the country. The government says that it's trying to get it back on again. Nobody knows how long that will take. So that means most of these people will spend the night in the darkness. Thank goodness it's not in the middle of summer yet. It's not so hot. So they might be able to sleep in their apartments. But people are fed up with this. It means that they can't get water. The water pipes don't work. It means that their food begins to rot in their refrigerators. It's happening more and more. And one of the reasons, of course, is not just because the power system in this country, which runs on oil, is decrepit, it's old, it needs repairs, but also because President Donald Trump has imposed a total fuel blockade around Cuba, hoping that it will collapse, bringing it at least to the brink of collapse. But there has been at least one, you could say, optimistic note throughout the day today, and that was at a hospital which has been running out of medicine. A group of activists from Puerto Rico arrive at the Salvador Allende Hospital in Havana, bringing gifts in the form of badly needed medical supplies. They say they brought what they could in suitcases. The donations include needles for injecting insulin, the insulin itself, antibiotics, prednisona for acute allergies, medicine for asthma as well, which this country has almost run out of. It is a heartwarming donation, there's no doubt about that. But no one has any illusion that this will do more than just make a tiny dent in the acute crisis this country is having in its health system. Since the Trump administration imposed a total fuel blockade on Cuba more than 3 months ago, an already dire economic situation has become desperate. Former UK Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn is also here to say that Cuba is not alone.
It is an obsession by Trump. We have no question about that. Every time he's asked a question, he then goes on saying, I will take Cuba. And as was pointed out earlier, in the way that Theodore Roosevelt took Panama, I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think the rest of the world will allow it.
Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel invited them to Havana's Convention Palace to thank them for their solidarity. But he also assured them that Cuba is preparing to defend itself against a possible U.S. attack.
When the US invaded Venezuela using powerful bombs and state-of-the-art technology to kidnap President Maduro, they thought it would be simple. But 32 Cuban combatants defended him and fought to the death. What wouldn't millions of Cubans do to defend this country?
So it could be that
he's referring to President Trump's repeated threat to, quote, take over Cuba as soon as he's finished with Iran.
taking Cuba.
It's uncertain how all this will play out, as Cuba's government continues offering what it calls a serious and responsible dialogue with the White House to resolve their differences. Lucia.
Boy, I tell you, you not talk about you not talk about world boss. You not talk about world boss. Uncle Donald, you know, are the real world boss, you know. You talk about that in America. Uncle Donald is saying that. Remember that TSA, there's a partial government lockdown in the United States now. So TSA agents are not being paid. Trump, Mr. Uncle Donald, is telling us that he's gonna be sending some ICE agents to the airports. This report is from WPLG News, local news in South Florida. Watch this.
Trump is threatening to deploy ICE agents to the nation's airports if there is no funding deal reached for the Department of Homeland Security. The funding fight has caused a partial government shutdown, sending airports into chaos with TSA agents quitting their jobs. Local 10's Aaron Mabin joins us live at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport with more. Aaron.
Well, Sanella, the president's announcement is receiving pushback not just from Democrats, but also travelers here at FLL.
Are they going to wear masks on their face? You know, are they going to cover themselves with everything? How are we going to know? Are they real ICE agents? Are they trained to look at your items that are going through the machines?
Travelers voicing concern.
I think that's horrible.
The reaction comes after President Donald Trump says he will deploy ICE agents to U.S. airports Monday if an agreement isn't reached to fund the Department of Homeland Security. A partial government shutdown has led to TSA staffing shortages, contributing to major delays.
You get stressed. You feel angry.
On Truth Social, the president blaming Democrats for the airport chaos. But Democratic leaders are pushing back, and it's not clear what role ICE agents would play at airports. TSA officers go through extensive training to screen passengers and baggage.
These people are trained. The TSA are trained. They take training. I'm nervous to have ICE.
As the travel nightmare stretches into another week, new video shows massive lines in Orlando and frustrated flyers in Atlanta.
This is insane. We didn't think it was going to be this bad.
Back at FLL, travelers want lawmakers to reach a deal.
And it's unfortunate that that is the response to the travel backlog and all the stuff that's happening, as opposed to finding a way to get people back to work and get them paid. That should be the goal, not putting ICE agents there. That's dumb.
And the president also said that ICE agents would bring the administration's immigration crackdown to the nation's airports. the president promising to arrest all illegal immigrants. We're live at FLL tonight. Aaron Mabin, Local 10 News.
Why, I tell you, say, world boss, I go hard, you know? Because, I say, him not gonna be running for re-election, you know? Him not run for re-election, so him a go hard and done. Eh? And talking about that, the former FBI director, Robert Mueller. Remember that Robert Mueller was the man who did the first Trump interview. He was a special prosecutor. That's an interview. The first Donald Trump investigation. He died yesterday. And when everybody was paying tribute, you know, the world boss say a long time he should have dead. I am happy saying dead. Eh?
Good afternoon, I'm Micah Jachi. We have breaking news. Former FBI Director and Special Counsel Robert Mueller has died. Mueller was the director of the FBI from 2001 to 2013. He was appointed special counsel, leading the politically charged investigation into the Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas has more on Mueller's career.
In a life dedicated to answering his country's call to public service.
So let me go down at the end of the report because I want to go through all, take you through all the long. But let me go down to the end of the report.
Thomas, thank you for that. For more, let's bring in ABC's investigative reporter, Olivia Rubin. Olivia, what more do we know and what are we hearing from his family?
Ike, his family is saying very little, just saying in a statement that he did pass away last night and that they're asking for privacy at this time. The statement, which you see right there on your screen, provides no information about the cause or what happened here, though I would note that his family recently did tell the New York Times that Mueller had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, but again, not referencing that here in the statement today, Ike.
And Olivia, President Trump, well, he weighed in on Mueller's death. What's he saying?
Ike, the president's saying in a post on his social media platform that he is glad that Mueller is dead, a remark that drew condemnation even from a Republican senator up on Capitol Hill who called it sad statement about where we are in our political discourse and said that Mueller deserved more respect than that. Of course, many have noted that Mueller was a Republican first appointed by President Bush and served under a Republican administration, but came under fierce criticism by President Trump once he was appointed as special counsel, as you heard, Pierre.
Shanda, what you say? Uncle Donald are the real world boss. You talk about cartel. Cartel. If Uncle Donald say no one about cartel in America, cartel have to leave. Uncle Donald, the man say him happy say Robert Mueller is dead. And him post it so the whole world can see it. Why me I tell you, this is a man I don't know, sir. But on local side, remember say Reggae Sumfest will be going to St. Ann. And the authorities in St. Ann, they are gearing up for Reggae Sumfest. Watch this TVJ report.
St. Ann gears up for the 2026 Reggae Sumfest. But behind the scenes, serious doubts over readiness. Hal Scheinberg tells us more.
News that Reggae Sumfest has relocated for 2026 might have dampened the spirit of residents and business operators in Montego Bay. But stakeholders in St. Ann are beaming with joy. Chairman of the St. Ann Municipal Corporation, Michael Belnavis, says the staging of the event will be a major economic boom for the parish.
It's a great industry, and we want to take advantage of that industry because the municipal corporation itself makes millions from these parties, from the fees associated, the posters.
But amid that excitement is a long-standing issue of traffic congestion when large entertainment events are held in the parish. In fact, last August, the police faced the heat after an event held at the Puerto Seco beach in Discovery Bay caused a traffic nightmare, leaving motorists fuming. Head of the St. Ann Police, Superintendent Carlos Russell, says he's taken note.
We would have had huge event at Discovery Bay since, but we would have put in our security plan and traffic plan, and that would have mitigated against any such congestion. And we understand the situation now, and we are better prepared to deal with any eventualities.
Discovery Bay aside, on a typical day, residents bemoan the gridlock along the roadway leading from Mommy Bay, and with the largest reggae festival being staged at Plantation Cove, there are renewed concerns. It's early days yet, but Superintendent Russell says special attention is being placed on the issue.
We know of the traffic concerns, especially along the Richmond Road going to Priory. Hence, we'll be putting a lot of things in place to mitigate against this situation. We'll also be partnering with P-Step and the Area 2 headquarters to ensure that we police this event and ensure that it runs smoothly.
In the meantime, Mr. Belnavis says partnerships will play a critical role in addressing many of the concerns. But he...
Well, Superintendent Russell, I know you said the police going to put a lot of things in place, you see? But one thing the police cannot put in place is a bypass road. And without a bypass road, without a bypass road, there's gonna be some serious gridlock in St. Ann on July 17. So if you are planning on going to St. Ann, you listening now, I plan to go St. Ann, July 17. I plan to pass, I left Mobi go Ochi or Ochi go Mobi or something like that. Make sure you see left out from in the early morning. Even if I want night event, you go, are you supposed to go somewhere in the afternoon, in the evening? Make sure say you go from in the morning. Because no care what the soup want to say. No care what amount of police did it. And what we need to understand, there can be so much police and no more. Because all of the police, them where you see you go work at some fest, they will be paid by reggae some fest. That's how the JSF do it now. You keep one event, you say you want 1,000 police, the JSF, maybe the soup, the senior soup, go in and negotiate with Bogdanovich. They have a set out where them say, all right, one soup of X, inspector of X, sergeant of this amount, corporal, how much soup you want, how much deputy soup you want, how much inspector you want, and all of the money tally up, and Joe and Reggae Sumfest would have paid that. So then know they detail the police officer. And like one time, where they would have go and pay the police them individually. Sumfest, they have to go through the JCF, So then go and get a certain amount of police. And I can tell you, say, apart from P-Step, who I'm saying more partner with, who are going to be on the road, police are going to be at the gate, police are going on the inside of Sumfest. And while we would have wished for the best, we know, say, St. Ann, if you go St. Ann, any normal evening, a problem. Much less. When you drive through, you can drive through Claremont to Brownstown, then Discovery Bay. Barry, they go one route there. You go through Claremont, Brownstown, Discovery Bay. So if you go for a Mobi and you want to go Ochi, you could go through Discovery Bay, then go Brownstown, and then go Claremont. That sounds like a plan. We have to go highlight that. And I hope the police highlight that so people can know. So there's an alternative route. I hope so. But I can tell you, say, Reggae Sumfest this year is gonna be huge. I years my father no perform in Jamaica. Many years, because he did have some legal trouble. Because he and his legal team, they thought that he was wanted for the murder. Remember the murder that his son was charged for? And there was some evidence that Dante would have said the boss wanting head. Remember, so then they cut off one of the man that was killed, head or something like that. And the allegation, the evidence was that Movado's son, Dante, had said the boss wanting head. So that want when they said the boss want in head, many persons interpreted it. Fi say Mofado, Dante did attack. So there was a view say Mofado was wanted for that murder that his son was charged for, sent to prison for, and eventually win the appeal. But when the lawyers make checks, them find out say it was a case of assault. And the police were saying that the guy never come back and give no statement and blah, blah, blah. So that quash, Mofado will be there. And the world boss himself, the world boss behind Mr. Trump, Vybz Cartel, will be there also. So you know, say it's gonna be plus I'm sure they're gonna be carrying other artists. So I'm sure say Sumfest this year is gonna be huge. Well huge. So and it's not gonna be an easy traffic. If you are planning to go to Sumfest, if you are planning on going to Reggae Sumfest, and you're gonna be driving left out early and go Hula Park. And another thing, vehicles will be stolen at Reggae Sumfest like hot bread. Vehicles will be stolen at Reggae Sumfest like hot bread. Every Sumfest this happen. And not only Sumfest happen, any major event will keep. The car thief them come out. So you have to bear that in mind, yeah? Don't make that stop your and go, but bear that in mind and do what you must to protect your vehicle. All right? Just telling you as it is. Yesterday I was talking about schools and some things that are happening in the school. Now I came across this article. It was written by Dr. Leo Gillen. He has a page, leogillen.substack.com. He has a lot of articles on it about Jamaica. This article is titled, "We want order in our schools in Jamaica, but we reject the rules that create it." He's saying, at the beginning of every school year, we see it. Stories start circulating across the news and social media. Videos, photos, and reports go viral. Diaspora members and Jamaicans alike become frustrated, debating issues that seem to repeat year after year. Some of these matters even make their way into the courts, where judges are left to interpret the relationship between school policies, ministry guidelines, and the broader laws of the land. And what are the issues? Or what are these issues? Students' hairstyles, boys' pants, girls' scouts, skirts, how high or how low, shoes, lotions, cologne, whether a child's foot is dry or properly shined. At times, it all feels chaotic, disruptive, and to some unnecessary. I used to look at these situations and wonder if, on the first Monday of September, reporters simply position themselves outside schools, waiting for a story, or maybe they wait for the videos captured by the students themselves to its social media, and then build the narrative from there. But the more I sat with the principals and listened, really listened, the more I understand that what we see publicly is only a small piece of a larger reality. The start of the school year is one of the most intense periods in a principal's calendar. It is not just about opening gates and ringing bells. It's about bringing order, structure, and stability so that learning can take place. And that is not simple. Principals are managing aging infrastructure, limited resources, and classrooms that are often overcrowded. They are working within rigid policy environments, navigating serious incidents like school fights and sexual assaults, yet being held accountable for outcomes they do not fully control. They are leading teachers with varying levels of experience and capacity. They are addressing student behavior shaped by home, community, and social pressures. They are engaging parents, responding to the ministry's expectations, and ensuring that schools remain safe, functional, and focused. At the same time, they're expected to maintain standards. And this is where the public conversation often becomes confused. If we as a society decide that we want a system like that, like some parts of the United States, let me read that over. If we as a society decide that we want a system like some parts of the United States, where students come to school dressed however they choose, then we must be honest enough to say that we are moving away from uniformity as a national approach. But as long as we operate within a system of uniforms, khaki pants for boys, properly polished shoes, hair kept in accordance with school rules, and girls dressed in prescribed uniforms, then we must also accept what comes with that system. Standards, consistency, accountability. Those expectations did not appear overnight. Long ago, as a society, we made a decision, a kind of social contract, to put our children in uniforms. The reasons were practical and important. Uniforms make schools more affordable for parents. They allow communities to distinguish students from adults. They contribute to safety, order, and a sense of shared identity within schools. That system only works if it is upheld. And the responsibility for upholding it falls squarely on the shoulders of principals and school teachers. So when we see a situation goes viral, a skirt being measured, a student being sent home, a rule being enforced, we are often reacting to a moment without understanding the system behind it. Principals are not simply reacting. They are trying to hold a line that allows hundreds, sometimes thousands of students to function within a shared space. A line that creates predictability in environments that can otherwise become unstable. A line that makes it possible for teaching and learning to actually happen. The job of a principal is never ending. They are not just administrators. They are instructional leaders, disciplinarians, counselors, mediators, and at times, crisis managers. They are balancing policy, people, and pressure all at once. So the question is whether we agree with every individual decision. No, let me say that again. So the question is not whether we agree with every individual decision. The real question is, do we support the system we say we believe in? Because if we do, then we must also support the people responsible for maintaining it. And if we do not, then we must be prepared to rethink the system itself. But we cannot have both. We cannot demand older, or we cannot demand harder and resist the standards that create it. When parents send their children to school, the rules matter. You cannot send a child into a structured environment and then object that the structure and then object when the structure is enforced. But we also have to be honest about something. In many cases, parents are not always sending their children to school in violation of the rules. Some students, them leave their home dressed one way and then change before they go to school. That is a different issue altogether. And it points back to parenting, guidance, and accountability at home. When that happens, it requires conversation, it requires correction, and it requires alignment between the home and the school. Parents and school cannot be working in two different directions. Then there's the role of the media. When an incident involving 2 or 3 students out of the population of hundreds, sometimes over 1,000, is amplified into a national issue, it distorts reality. It creates the impression of widespread breakdown when, in truth, it is often an isolated matter being addressed. These situations should be allowed to be managed by school administrators within the system that already exists. Not every incident needs a headline, and I agree. Because when routine disciplinary matters are pulled into the public arena prematurely, it does more than interrupt. It destabilizes. It puts balance on edge and makes it harder for schools to do the very work we expect them to do. The principals of our approximately 1,000 public schools across Jamaica and over 3,000 private schools are our treasures. I respect them. I respect them to my boss. They are highly trained and they carry a level of responsibility that most people never fully see. Without their work, it is chaos. So, as we debate, share, comment, and react, we must also pause and remember who is holding the system together. Not perfectly, not without pressure, but consistently. And that is what matters most. Principals, teachers, big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. That is a well-written article by Dr. Leo Gillens. Big up on yourself. When I say teacher not wrong, are they not wrong sometimes, But on a whole, teachers, big up on yourself. Now, a police constable killed a female last year. He's charged for murder. I'm named Walters, and there's this article in the Star. I would have carried the report. It was in Senton. And nothing can ease this pain. Heartbroken mom grapples with loss of daughter. And talking about that, I would have carried a report last week about skeletal remains that were found in Senton. They were digging the foundation for a well-known security company. And them find the skeletal remains buried. It is apparent that the person was killed and buried underground. And Now I'm getting some reports that I'm gonna be carrying in the news today. Because I'm getting some report about somebody who went missing. Because the police is saying that based on how the skeletal remains, you can see that they were buried there for the remains, or the person was buried there long ago. In today's news, I have an update because there's something I want the police to pursue. I have an update. Last night I was reading an article from Dear Pastor, and I didn't bother bring out what I wanted to say because I wanted to keep the Saturday night show on a certain level. But I had said I had something to say about an issue because I read an article where a 16-year-old girl, she introduced a guy from foreign to him cousin, and them a do it, even though him a the 16-year-old girl I do it too. But I have a report that I'm working on because a cousin, a female, over Trelawney, is charged for a serious crime. And that female, let me give you a hint as to what is happening. That female, my understanding is that her 13-year-old, I can't talk about it, her 13-year-old cousin told her that she needed a certain gadget. I'm not remembering now if it's a iPad or something like that. The 13-year-old cousin got to, I think the older cousin is about in her 20s. And she got to the older cousin and tell the older cousin, said she wanted an iPad or some gadget like that. And the cousin gave her the number for somebody, for a male living overseas. If a Florida or one of them state there. And told the 13-year-old niece, or the 13-year-old cousin, to ask the guy for the gadget. And the girl asked the guy for the gadget. The guy tell her, the guy say, yes, him go give her the gadget. And them start text until him start tell the 13-year-old to send naked photos of her to him. The girl said no. And he was there persisting, and the girl block him. The 13-year-old girl block him. Now in about December, the same cousin would have introduced her to the guy overseas. Tell her, say, them a go Montego Bay. They went to Montego Bay. And when them go to Mobay. Mobay? Yeah, Mobay. They went to a hotel. It was the same guy they met up with who did promise to give her the gadget and one naked photo and all these things. iPad, let's say it's an iPad. Okay. But the guy sexually assaulted the female, the 13-year-old girl, front way and back way. Deal with her bad. Now the police has charged the cousin. I have her photo. I have her name. I have where she come from. I'll be presenting it in the news. The guy, he get the girl the gadget, you know. The 13-year-old girl the gadget. But the girl, the police eventually got wind of the situation. And yep, got wind of this, and the cousin, the adult cousin, is arrested and charged. They are now trying to find the guy overseas. I have his name. I'm waiting on a photograph for him because we are going to blast the two of them. Both the cousin, you see the thing is, you know, them thing here, you know. Some of them thing here, but now they go under the rug, you know, where if Papa, you know, they tell you about them, you know, go know, you know. And that is why some of them out there, you know, some of them are listening right, you know. You want to hear them, you know. The P-hole boy, Papa, if he dead and all these things, all of we are go dead. All of we are going there one day. So all we want to know, I wish, I say this and that. All we want to know, I wish. We are bring out the stories. Whether I don't like it, I don't like it. And discussing, we are gonna put her on blast for what she did, or cause to be done on her 13-year-old cousin. Yeah, and both me and farmer. It's in that them all right. Me tell anybody from me start the channel. From me start the channel, me say me are one of the biggest informer in Jamaica. So calling me an informer, you're calling me by my correct name. And that is why, you know, when you hear me say intelligence has big up on yourself, because I want people to know, say, when you give the police information, you're not just an informer, you're an intelligencer. That is why I said intelligencers. Me no say police get information, you know. Me say police get intelligence. Because I want people know, say, the little word they were then kind and call people informer. Don't see yourself as that. See yourself as an intelligencer. You are giving the police intelligence. See yourself as an intelligencer. Because without intelligence, crime will be spiraling out of control. It is good police intelligence, you know, why they were able to keep the crime rate or the murder rate under a certain figure last year, you know. Good police intelligence, why the police are able to target some of these hoodlums who go around and kill off people. And the police sit on a station and dream something and say, all right, we're going to find the boy there. It's good police intelligence. So, big up everybody who are give the police intelligence, because that is the only way we are going to make our country better. And no for who are cuss people say them are informer, them are the biggest informer, you know. No for who are cuss people and say them are informer. Who give information like them? Eh? Who leak like them? Anyhow, let us see what this mother is saying. This mother is, Sir Pharaoh, big up yourself, Sir Pharaoh Arthur in the building, big up yourself. Grief has become a constant companion for Ian Douglas Graham. That one that seeps into every quiet moment and refuses to loosen its grip. Since losing her daughter, Dejanae Graham, the 53-year-old mother says nothing has been able to dull the anguish that now defines her days. The mother said, I bury my daughter around the back so I can wash on her tomb, buy flowers, and I go in the mornings and talk to her. Dejanae, 20 years old. She was shot and killed by, allegedly, she was shot and killed by her police boyfriend, her hoodlum police boyfriend, Constable Patrick Walters, last year at her home. The incident took place at Essex District, Richmond, St. Mary. The policeman has since been charged with murder and using a firearm to commit an offense. Dejanae has been preparing to begin studies at Chartwood Teachers College, a milestone that should have marked a new chapter. Instead, her life was cut short just before it could begin. The mother said, my daughter was supposed to go to Chartwood Teachers College, but instead, she was buried the day before she was to start Chartwood Teachers College. It is very, very bitter. She said, even the most ordinary moments have become painful reminders of her loss. Simple routines now trigger vivid image she cannot escape. As me open the washroom door, our grave that missy, she said, what families need the most is justice, because my daughter is gone. There is nothing anybody can do to make me feel better. This pain will never ever go away. While the wheel of justice is slowly turning in Dejanay's case, the grieving mother says each passing day deepens the ache of a loss no verdict can ever heal. She leans heavily on her faith, holding onto the belief that if justice does not come through the courts, it will come through a higher power. Every time I talk about it, it brings me back to June 25 last year. It's emotional. I can never ever stop cry about my daughter and how this wicked police guy killed her. Just like that. Eh? Why may I tell you? You know, hold on, you have been following the 3D printing thing in America where they're using some 3D printers to print guns or to make guns. Eh? You have been following it? Well, our customs have implemented a new policy that mandates employees to detain all three-dimensional or 3D printers imported in Jamaica, pending an internal verification of the end user. Now, this is a leaked internal memo that the Gleaners obtained. The move by Jamaica Customs Agency comes amid fears that Jamaican crime syndicates have gained access to the machines and are using them to print component parts used to make the so-called ghost guns. Now, a ghost gun is a firearm typically assembled within minutes via easy-to-follow instructions with parts that are sold online or printed by a 3D machine. It has no serial number, and there is no official record of its existence, making it untraceable. By comparison, the police maintain a database, integrated ballistic information system, which contains the ballistic signature of all guns that are legally imported into Jamaica. So Jamaica Customs, they circulated a memo to all its employees on January 28th. And that memo stated that the new policy was effective immediately. It directed that 3D printers must be detained by members of Customs Operations team, who are then required to immediately notify its investigation branch to facilitate an end-use verification. The printer must not be released until a written clearance is issued by the investigation branch. So, that's how we reach, you know. Boy, I mean, I tell you, you know, Jamaica. That's how we reach. You say, Tina, it's a gun like that killed the insurance man in Manhattan. Yeah, man. You know, yesterday, a lady was upset with me yesterday. When I carried let me see if I can read her message, because I had promised to get back to her, you know, because I get so busy yesterday. But I'm gonna tell you, the lady was upset because, let me find the message. I'm trying to find the message, Canada. When I carried that report about Mr. Ed Pottinger and Real Jerk, right? Well, I can't find the message. But when I carried that message about Ed Pottinger and Real Jerk, Echo had made a comment that them food not taste good. Now I was reading the article, and the lady was, because I read the comment, the lady was of the view that was my takeaway from it. But I was reading the article, and if you know how I do things, I normally read some of the comments. I don't necessarily agree or disagree with the comment, but because I know Echo is in Canada, I said, oh, so when you say Echo, the food not tastes good? And I left it at that. But I read the comment because I was saying that Mr. Pottinger did some good things in the community. But the lady was upset that she was of the view that was my takeaway. No, that wasn't my takeaway. I was reading the article and announcing it, and Echo was saying the food, real jerk food, is not good. Now, if she's of the view that real jerk food is not good, that is her view. I don't know. She's in Canada and she said the food is not good. She wasn't saying anything about Ed Pottinger himself. But people are gonna listen. People are gonna be forming their own impression about things. A lot of times I say some things, people are gonna form a certain opinion. What I try to do is I try to be impartial in my views. I try to call a spade a spade. If you want to read anything into what I say, it's up to you. But I try to be. I was just reading an article. I don't know anything about real jerk. I was just reading. Yeah, taste is subjective, Dennis. But I don't think well, anyhow. My viewers and my subscribers, big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. Just formality when them friend one are coming, them now make note. Okay, I mean the 3D printer. All right. All right. I'm gonna be dropping to our time now. Jamaica 8:17. I'm gonna be dropping, and 2 guys were killed in Chilani by the police on Wednesday morning. Someone is saying that they were killed in cold blood. You see, on this channel, we give everybody a voice. I tell people all the while, say this is not a police channel. This is a law and order channel. Now, a gentleman contacted me, and he's saying that the guys were killed in cold blood by the police. I interviewed him yesterday, and I'm going to be dropping the video by 9 o'clock. The video is uploaded already. So that video will be coming out at 9. So you can listen out for it. And then later on in the day, we have a whole heap of news stories for you because we never carried a news story yesterday. I remember that if you want to support the female that I put out yesterday, Altia, I'll be visiting either me or somebody on my behalf. We have to make the announcement there, you know. Either myself or somebody on my behalf will be visiting Althea on one day this week. So far, I have 50,000 Jamaican dollars. Me talk about what me collect. Even though I never ask person to send me, so far, I have gotten 50,000 Jamaican dollars for Althea. And that money will be presented to her one day this week. If you are interested in sending, if you want to contact me and me have it passed on, then we can do it. All right? I never announced that in the video yesterday. But if you want to send it through me, because I know some people abroad, them now going to be able to send it through the JN, and enough people no love donate via GoFundMe. But so far I have 50,000, little bit, 50,000 a little bit. Forgive her. If you want to donate, send me a WhatsApp message, 876-458-9111. Send me a WhatsApp message, and I will organize it. Tina, you know, like she can't get up at all, you know? Not like she can't get up. You know, like she can't get up. You know, like she can't get up. But we are going to give her that money there. We are hope say by the time we're ready to give her, we can have 100,000 to give her. So if you want to donate, I know some people are donating via GoFundMe already. 1 or 2 people tell me say them donate via the JN account already. There are some people also who link me and tell me, 2 ladies link me and tell me that they are gonna be sending somebody to the hospital to her tomorrow to donate. One person said they're going to give her 8,000. One next person said that. But whichever way you can donate. Also, a lady who is a retired teacher, reached out to me. And she's telling me that she would love to do some online classes with her son, who is not going to school. Now, we're going to have to try and facilitate that because we don't know if him have a phone. So we are going to try and make the link. If him don't have a phone, we are going to try and get him a phone. And then sure say, him have a plan and him phone where him can get the tutelage from this retired teacher. When people are reach out to help, we have to try and deal with it. You understand? So we are going to try, we are going to see how best we can and ensure that she gets some help. Anybody who know Althea will tell you, say, yeah, Althea say, she works 7 days a week. No joke. Althea is just a hustler. Always out there, any dead yard, any grave digging, any event I keep, Althea did it. She buy her little car where she can drive around and carry around because she used to have to take taxi or charter taxi. She buy her little car and she do it herself, you know. And now this happen, we are trying to make sure that she get the help what she deserves. All right? Catch her tomorrow morning. Look out for the 2 videos that we are going to drop today. 1 by 9 o'clock and 1 later on. All right? In the meantime, take care of yourself. Love yourself. Love your neighbor. Live, love, laugh. Blessed love, everybody.
From the hills to the town, we bring the link. Straight facts, no mix up, no gimmick, no wing. You tune in now, get the real insight. Cause Papa News Link lights in
Papa News Link, yeah, we tell it how it is. Jamaican vice, truth in all the biz. Click it, share it, every little click count news with the vibes. And that we announce.